This episode is brought to you by
Intrinsic Design is a residential and commercial building design firm with over 20 years experience working for local architects and builders on various residential and commercial structures throughout Central Texas and beyond. Owned and operated by Michael Washam, you can reach him by phone at 254-913-5753 or by email at intrinsicdesign@gmail.com. That's NTRINSIC design@gmail.com. You can also check them out on Facebook.
They'll talk about anything and to anyone. They're straight out of the streets of Temple, Texas. It's Randomness with Heath and Josh.
All right, so we're back. What's going on, Josh? How you doing?
Hello, how you doing? I'm doing well.
You're doing well. I'm doing all right. It's been a kind of a slow week. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's been a busy week at work, but slow week for news. I haven't really done a whole lot. But first of all, I'll ask you, what have you been doing since last week?
Today I did my annual washing of the truck.
Oh yeah, that kills me because I'm I clean my vehicles all the time. Josh cleans his once a year. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Wash your dang truck, man.
Well, I'll run it through the car wash regularly, but like to actually clean the dash and all the dust and little crumbs and
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like a once a year thing. It's a truck. What do you expect?
It's an expensive truck, though. Take care of it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep it till the wheels fall off. So,
yeah,
dust is not going to make it like
that's fair,
right?
But you got people getting in it; they care.
Well, anytime you come to town, we jump in your vehicle. So
yeah, that's true. That's true because I don't want to get in your dirty ass truck. All right. Well, it's so slow week for you too. Then that's
right,
all you've done. Yeah. So I normally don't like to talk anything political at all, but because of the whole, they went in and killed the cartel guy in Mexico this last week. You know, there's all this crazy stuff going on.
Who's they?
Well, technically it was the Mexican military, but I'm pretty sure we were very much involved in some way or another. But anyway, so now that's affecting all these people that are going on vacation to Mexico, right? So that everything's shutting down, everything, whatever. Well, my coworker leaves on Sunday to go on a cruise that hit Mexico twice. And I'm like, you're going to go? And he's like, well, yeah, I'm like, I don't think I would go, but okay, well, we're just going to stay on the ship. Okay, but they decide they're coming on the ship, because you're going to have to port, right?
Right.
So, but whatever. But at the same time, it's just like you can, right? He got a room in Corpus the night before, and usually it's almost impossible because so many other people have gotten rooms,
Okay.
And he was able to get a room on the beach for like $130 a night, which is just unheard of in Corpus. And it's because no one's going. And so all of these cancellations and all this stuff, and they're like, the ship's going regardless if there's, 2,000 people on it or 300, they're going. So anyway, I don't think I would have chose to go. He's been on literally over 30 or 40 cruises.
I'd say unless you had insurance, that would be a different story.
I think he does have the insurance, and it was really cheap. It was like an $800 cruise on MSC for the first time. I don't
if you're going to stay on the ship, though, why? I mean, what harm?
I don't know. Cartel pirates? I don't know.
Cartel pirates. There's only like the one way into the ship, right?
Well, no.
When they port, there's one.
When they port. Yeah. But I mean, haven't you watched, what is it, Captain whatever his name is, that thing where they basically get on the ship no matter what? I don't know. It just, if it were me and I was with my family, I think I'd be like, maybe we can do this another time. If this was like even if it was their first cruise, I don't think I would do it because that makes it even worse, right? If something happens. But he's been on like literally. I mean, I think he's been on 40+ plus cruises since I've known him, right?
Okay.
He's just never been on an MSC one, and MSC was doing a super cheap cruise to get him to go.
Shout
so I was
out.
like, well, yeah. Oh, shout out January Kovacevic Cruise Planners, one of our sponsors.
That's right.
Anyway, I don't know. That's a hard one.
Okay, he's done 40 cruises, but has he done a cruise while the cartel's going crazy? So,
but do you want to be on a cruise when the cartel's going crazy? I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, it's probably nothing to be afraid of, but at the same time, it is, right? I mean, Cozumel shut down. Like they're shutting Cozumel.
Really?
Yeah, they're shutting Cozumel down in Cancun and all that stuff. They're like, because they're just basically saying, look, Americans get out or shelter in place because all these things are happening. But it's sad. But I mean, I'm glad they got the guy, I guess, but it's, it sucks. I guess they don't care about all the American money, or they do care about all the American money that's coming in, but obviously it's more important to get that guy out. But,
what do you do?
Yeah. What are you going to do? Anyway, moving forward. So yeah, like we usually do, we have another guest on. So, we were debating on how to introduce him. So we'll just say restaurant owner of pizza. No, am I saying it right? Wings and Pizza and Things in Temple, Texas, Mike Dent. How you doing, Mike?
Good. I'm glad you got it right.
I've got it written down. Otherwise, I probably would have messed that all up.
So many people say Pizza, Wings, and Things that my wife started a Facebook page, Pizza, Wings, and Things at one point. And started getting more likes than a regular one. I told her to take it down.
Oh, that's funny. Have it just redirect to the correct one. Yeah.
So don't hate me, but I don't eat cheese, so I don't eat pizza, right? So I should have known better that wings go before pizza.
Oh, there you go.
That's where I was going with that. But anyway, so recently there was a little bit of controversy about something that happened at your restaurant. And when I saw that, I was like, I'm going to reach out to Mike because I've been meaning to reach out to you because so many people said I really need to. And we can touch on that later if you want. But that's why I finally was like, okay, I got to get him on because I liked your response to it, to be honest. So let's just kind of start at the beginning, though. So where are you from original? And then how did you get to Temple? And we'll go from there.
Originally, I'm from Wisconsin, born and raised, and I go back there a few times in the fall, usually to watch the Green Bay Packers play. And owning a sports bar, a lot of people know that I'm a Packer fan, but and we do have the Packer games on, but Cowboys rule. But
oh, we got you recording saying that.
Well, he looked like it was a struggle for him to say that.
I have a lot of friends that are Cowboy fans, and we all there's plenty of room for all of us. It's the Bears fans I have a problem with. But born and raised in Wisconsin, went into the military right out of high school, and did a few stints in Washington, D.C. and Fort Belvoir. I went to New Jersey, Fort Sill, and then in 1983, I came to Fort Hood, Texas, January of 1983, and have ETS out of the military in 1986, and stayed in this area. And when I got out of the Army, I went to work. If you're from Temple and you grew up here, you remember Montgomery Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I was the automotive manager there for 3 years, and that was back in 87 to 90. And
was this when it was on the highway at the Town and Country Mall, is what they called it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. This is the one. It's Kohl's now.
Okay. Marketplace.
Right up by the hospital.
Okay,
Marketplace. Right up there, that one. And I went to work for them right out of the Army. Actually started they had the Temple, the Workforce Commission had a new program for people coming out of the military then. That was a leadership thing, and I was one of the first ones that they started. and they got me out of Montgomery Ward. And a gentleman by the name of John Sammons used to come in there, and I'm sure you've heard of John Sammons.
Yeah.
He was our mayor. Back then, he was the president of McLean Food Service, actually over 3 divisions. And he used to come in there and get his car work done. And we just, he liked me. We got along, and, he always talked like this. And he said, "You're a go-getter. We need people like you. If you ever get tired of retail, or you ever get tired of this, you just give me a call." And if anybody's ever worked retail, eventually you get tired of it. What broke me was the holidays, and I gave him a call, and 3 months later, I went to work for McLean Food Service in 1990, and started out in sales. My first sales territory was in College Station, selling there, and came back to Temple and started selling groceries here in 92. Went into management, and I worked with a lot of restaurateurs like Jody Franks, Frank Smith out at Frank's Lakeview Inn, Glenn McKeska. Those are a lot of my accounts. Those are the people I learned from over the years. Okay. So there's a whole thing there, and then I did that for a few years, and then they opened up a division in Victoria, and I went down there and actually started the sales force down there, and did that for a few years, and then came back to Temple and went back on the street selling again. Got out of the management thing and got selling on the street. And I actually used to, the original, where the restaurant we have now is Wings and Things, was originally called Wings and Things. And that had opened for a year and closed. And I used to sell them as groceries, and it just didn't work. It was just the wrong concept. And it stayed closed for a year, and I started looking at the building and talking to my wife, and I'm like, man, I kind of feel like maybe, I might want to do this, and I started talking to the management, and every objection that they had, I had to try to overcome this. It's owning a restaurant's not easy. It's hard, and I didn't know how hard at that time. I had no idea.
Yeah,
and eventually eliminated all the no's, and I went and talked with my wife. We went and met with our priest. I'm not lying, and our priest is like, Mike, most restaurants fail. You have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. You really want to do this, and talk to my wife's parents, and my wife supported it. Had she said no at any point, it wouldn't have happened. And I walked away from a nice, cushy direct deposit, health insurance, all that nice stuff, and at 43, I was 43 at that time.
Wow.
And decided to give it a try. And
can I just stop you a second?
Sure.
Whenever you made that transition from basically the corporate world to restaurant owner, I mean, how big of a difference is that day from what it used to be? You know what I mean? Like your normal day back then was wake up at a certain time, you go to work, you leave, you come home.
Man.
Yeah.
The night and day.
It's night and yes. We worked all the time, and the first 3 months we remodeled it and did all that, and but I had no idea. I jokingly say, in the sales world, when I would go in and take a food order from a customer, and you go in and take their order, a typical visit was like 20 minutes. You go in there, you talk to me, take their order, and you're out. You're on to the next account. And I jokingly say there was 23 hours and 40 minutes I knew nothing about.
Right.
I mean, it really is a 24-hour job.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
back
just
then-
getting you on the show was tough, just because you're such a busy man, and I get it. I mean, when you own a business, it's nonstop.
It is, and and back then, I think we started out with maybe 12 employees, maybe. I wish I looked into that before I came on. It was me and my wife. And how the restaurant in the beginning. And I don't know if y'all remember it or not, but it was basically 2 sections. And the front section, you came in, you ordered at the counter, we gave you a little pizza buzzer, and when your food was ready, you came in and picked it up. And then we had a pizza, a salad bar, and a pizza buffet. I got rid of that in 3 months. That business plan.
Bad business.
Yes. Yeah. I had to cut one guy off. He ate 70 wings, and I was real nervous about saying something to him, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. This is like the 3rd place I've been told not to come back to."
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, and this was a long, long time ago. And then in the back, it was separated. We had a bar in the middle. It was separated by TVs, and then we had a bar in the back that opened up at 4:00. And then my wife and I bartended in the beginning. That's how we got paid. There was no money being made. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It was tough. I mean, it's
What year was that?
That was 2006.
Okay.
And one other little tidbit. This is something I'm kind of proud of. I mean, we were the very first restaurant in Temple, Texas, to ever hang a TV on the wall.
Really?
It hadn't been done before that. Hadn't been done.
That's
Back
weird.
then, a 26 inch TV back then was $500 if you could find a deal.
That's true. Okay.
eBay or whatever. I mean, they didn't have the stuff they have now. I mean, we thought we were really cool.
Yeah.
Hot shit. You can say it.
Yeah. Okay.
The knees bees.
I mean, we had 12 TVs, and my wife told me I was crazy. They had 12 TVs in a restaurant because you didn't see that anywhere. You just didn't see it. And our splurge item was 2 50-inch plasmas, which then probably weighed 200 pounds, and we hung them on the wall.
Yeah. They were heavy.
Now you just carry them out in one hand almost, Just
for the kids out there.
So many changes, but the people see the end result. They don't see the journey,
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
my kids grew up there. I mean, we were the parents in HEB back at early license. We stayed open until 2 a.m. Why? I have no idea. We were those parents with our kids in HEB at 3 a.m.
Wow.
I mean, we were those parents. We're parents of the year. But I mean, they grew up there. I mean, it was our life. I mean, and the early days were very, very hard, and it was tough, but we kept having little victories here and there. The hardest thing then was getting people to know where you are. We're not visible from the road.
Right. Yeah.
We're at a strip center at the end next to Hobby Lobby. I mean, and we still advertise next to Hobby Lobby because everybody knows what Hobby Lobby is,
Yeah.
And
let's say something about your restaurant then for people to come to your restaurant and not really know. It's word of mouth, right? I'll be honest with you, not living there.
Yeah.
I didn't anymore. I didn't know of it, but people started to talk about it when I would come in town. Hey, wings and pizza thing. Even my parents, who are not wing people, they are not bar people. They're not, but they had heard because other people had told them about it. And to this day, they've probably never been there because that's just not their crowd. That's not their thing. But they know about it. But they know about it because everybody talks about it, right? And
yes.
I had never been there until Josh took me. And And the first time I remember opening the door, like you can't really see in, right? So you open the door and you're like, holy geez, this place is packed. There's all these, it's like, wow, this is crazy. I had no idea all this was here. And I've only been there a handful of times, but every single time I've been there, it was not necessarily what I would call a peak time. It's packed.
Yeah,
everybody's in there having a good time. The food is great. It's really hard to beat for Temple, if you ask me.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, my wife said, that we built a place that attracts people like ourselves, and the restaurant is a reflection of us. And it's changed over the years as our kids have grown. I mean, it's
Sure.
changed, but I mean, growing up in Wisconsin, I don't know if you've ever been up north, it's cold a lot, and there's a lot of snow. So there's a lot of neighborhood bars / restaurants that everybody goes to in the wintertime, and everybody feels comfortable. Everybody's welcome. And it's just a place where everybody gathers. And that was the kind of place that we wanted to have, a place that you felt comfortable bringing your kids to, that they could run around and play. We had games, and you don't feel like you got to keep a real close eye on them, and that you can eat at a fair price, not spend a lot of money. And I like tall tables instead of small tables, because I think that creates an inviting atmosphere for people you're looking at somebody face to face. It creates an environment that encourages people to walk around and talk to each other.
Right. Yeah.
And we have good food. I mean, we do everything. We do most everything from scratch.
Yeah.
And to have mentors like Jody Franks and Frank Smith and Clem McKeska that I had the honor of sitting next to over the years. Not Clem so much back then, but Jody Franks back in the day. I mean, I'd sit and talk to him for hours. Frank Smith. I mean, two pioneers. Oh, I forgot about Doyle Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
I spent a lot of time with Doyle in that little office. I mean, they have so much knowledge of this business, and haven't done that, and Otis Irvin with Irvin's Chicken. I'll tell you a short story about him. When I decided to take the plunge and go into the business, Otis was one of my customers, and I went to Otis and I talked to him. First, he told me I was crazy, and I said, what's the biggest thing that you've seen change? This was 20 years ago. The biggest change you've seen in the business, he'd been in the chicken business since the 60s. And he said, and this was 20 years ago, he said, 20 years ago, I could have 20 people apply and hire 19 of them. Today, I can have 20 people apply and hire one.
Yeah.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's definitely a tough business, a people business, and we're very, very fortunate to have some great employees and some really, really, really good people, and they're like a family as well. They have to be like your family.
Right. Well, one I want to give a shout out to is Taylor. He's in my Bible study at St. Mary's. So
Taylor, I know whenever Taylor's going to be there, what he's going to do. Yeah, and he will never change. And I say that, and I have the utmost respect for him. I mean, he is going to come and work, and he's going to do what he's going to do, and when it's time to go, he's going to go. I don't care if there's 1,000 people in the restaurant. He's at least 4 o'clock. I'm gone. And he had another job where. Where the first thing he would do when he get to work is go to the bathrooms and change out the roll towels. Mm-hmm. And I come in one day, I see all these like half full roll towels, like the people kept putting them back in the dry storage. And I'm like, why do we have all of these roll towels that are half empty? Well, like this one's almost full. What is going on? And one of my managers goes, well, that's Taylor. He goes, I've talked to him about it. I said, you don't need to do it. You change it when it's empty. And he's been working for me now for I don't know how many years. And we've talked to him, and we just finally gave up.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the paper towels back in there later on. And he is a great worker.
Oh yeah.
He's a good guy. I mean, yeah. And I enjoy having him. I enjoy having him work there. You know, and I use him as an example for the other people.
Yeah,
I go, look what Taylor's doing. He came in one day
and work.
and he had this. They were doing some tests with him, and you know he has some. I really don't know what he has some issues, but they were doing some brain tests, and he had this helmet on with all of these must have been 200 of them, and this big old thing of wires that are down his back. I'm like, why are you here? You know, well, he goes, well, I have to do this in my normal routine in my normal life so they can test and see all the things to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, if you can do that, if he can do this, let this be a lesson to everybody here. Look at this guy. He's here working and doing his job, and look what he's having to go through.
Yeah, Heath and I were in there a little bit ago, and I was like, "Hey, that Taylor, there, he's in my Bible study," and he was just at it, like,
oh, he was getting it done.
So yeah, good guy. So
yep, and we've had over the years, we worked with some of the schools where we've had. I hate the word special needs, but you know they're not really special needs. They're and you know some of them have been some of my absolute best workers. Some of them have been hilarious. One of them I've hired a couple of them on and stayed. And I say, you do such a good job, but you don't get off the drama. I mean, they're there to work. They're there to do their job. They're there to do what you want them to do. And now they do have their course. I had one of them. I loved him, but he felt it was necessary to go around and do impersonations at all the tables.
That would be Heath. I could see Heath doing that.
You know, and
that's dinner and a show.
Yes, yes. Right. But the people loved it, and
sure, yeah.
And we had. They're trying to be normal. They want to. They just want to shop.
Yeah, they're just being part of society too, like everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to kind of switch channels a little bit. At what point did you, and maybe you haven't yet, did you and your wife go, all right, this is going to work. We're doing it. It's going to be a long haul. You know, was there a point somewhere where you're like, okay, this is gonna work?
There was a couple. It's about 4 years. I tell you, when we did this, and I left my other job. I felt that if I kept my other job, I'd never give either one 100%. And if I had not done that, we would have never made it because it'd been too easy to go back. Yeah. And about the fourth year, 2010, we had that separation of the front and the back, and we were stuck on roughly $600,000 a year in sales, and you just not. Sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Not in the restaurant business.
Right.
And we were just struggling. And the only way to make money was to raise prices. You raise your prices too high, you're just not going to make it. And my mother-in-law, she said, well, why don't you knock this half wall down between the front and the back and just open it all up? You're always filling up at night. Why don't you just make it open seating for everybody? And I freaked out. I was like, no, we can't do that. Well, I hired a guy and we did it. We invested a little bit of money, did a remodel, and we knocked that little wall down between the front and the back. And when it first opened up, the people liked that privacy in the back. They could come in, and it was, the people would come in the front door. They didn't know they were there. like that environment, and they just like that atmosphere. But we had to make a change, and our sales, when we did that, our sales went up $1,000 a day, literally $1,000 a day. I wish I'd have done it 3 years before.
Wow.
And then people started telling me, man, I'm so glad you did that, because we would come in, we'd walk to the back, we'd see all the tables are full, we'd go out, we'd leave. I heard that to the point where I got tired of hearing it. I mean, and our sales went up $1,000 a day, and then I'm like, okay, we might have a shot here. And there was a place next to us that was a check cashing place or something like that. I remember what it was. And in 2013, we were really starting to do pretty good. We weren't making. I wasn't sure we were going to make it. We were one bad week away from failing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll tell you, there were times when it was bad where I'm not even joking. I would come up and I look in the window in the morning to see that my neons were on to make sure my electricity was still on.
Wow.
I mean, or the Atmos, the gas. I remember the Atmos guy would come in, and I'm like, "Oh, you're here for lunch?" They'd all come in. No, Mike, I'm here to shut off your meter, but I'm going to eat lunch, and you've got 45 minutes to go get things paid, so that you don't have to pay all to connect these. Those guys really, that's how tough things work.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a tough business. I mean, and you gotta pay your people, pay for your food, pay your rent. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff
there's a lot of overhead people don't realize.
Yeah,
you can learn all this stuff, food costs and all this other stuff, but there's not a manual that tells you all the stuff that's involved. That's why I think it's really more than 1 out of 2 fail. I mean, and I figured out early on why they do. It's real simple. They run out of money.
Yeah.
They just flat out run out of money, And then the check cashing place, the guy woke up and I think they were car title loans, whatever it was. And he said it was January 1st, and he said, you know what? He's 75 years old, and he retired. He said, I'm out. I'm closing all my shops down. He had 12 of them. And they had just renewed their lease. So I was Scott and White had come in on the other side, and I had them there. I was landlocked. There's no way I could get any bigger. And then he shut them all down and walked away from his lease. And by the grace of God, we were able to get that other spot, and we were able to expand and open that up. And if you've been there, when we did that again, it was still, I think, atmosphere and ambiance is just as important as the food.
Sure.
It's just as important as the food. And, and then you mentioned we had that wrap on the outside, and which made it dark in there. My wife said, you're just a pull away from being a titty bar. That's how dark it is in there.
But no. I mean, like I said before, I'll be honest, I couldn't see in. So I was like, what am I going into? What am I going into? And then you open the doors and you're like, wow,
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than what people, especially once we expanded. And I wanted both sides to look the same. I kind of wanted to mirror that. And when we expanded in May of 2014, that was the first year. That first year, we did $1 million in sales.
Wow,
that was huge.
Okay,
that was huge. Now,
sure,
that was 2006. We're at 2014.
At Temple Smiles Family Dentistry, we treat every patient like family. From kids to grandparents, our team makes sure everyone feels comfortable, cared for, and right at home. A Temple native with over 20 years of experience, Dr. Kirsten Gosney will listen to your concerns and provide compassionate, individualized care because your family smiles deserve the very best. Come see Dr. Gosney at 2302 South 37th Street in Temple, Texas, or learn more at templesmilesfamilydentistry.com. That's templesmilesfamilydentistry.com. or call them at 254-773-1970. Temple Smiles Family Dentistry, where healthy smiles begin.
I mean, and during that time, I went back to work for a couple of years because I was the one that could go in and I had the experience, I mean, not that my wife didn't, but she was raising the kids, but my wife ran the kitchen for 5 years, and she took over, and I went back to work. I went to work for Drayton McLean, and he had Classic Foods, where he had all when he owned the Astros, he bought all the stuff that you saw the stadiums, and I peddled that up and down the road. And if you ever been to a Rudy's barbecue and seen the frosty sodas, I did that.
Oh, okay.
That was also owned by Drayton back then.
Okay.
And so I went back and I did that for a little bit, and the restaurant really started becoming a little bit more for my wife to handle. So I came back to run it full time, and with my experience in the food service business, I like to think I had a good reputation. Another company wanted to hire me, and I said, "Man, I'm really committed. I'm really committed to doing this." I go, "You ought to hire my wife." When we lived down in Corpus, and I was building the sales territory for PFG down there, she interned with me when she graduated from Texas A&M Corpus, and yeah, and
I'm an Aggie too.
she graduated from A&M. My youngest daughter's marrying an Aggie here in April. He graduated from the Corps.
Nice.
I like them all, though. I like them all. I like them all to win.
You've been talking about your wife a little bit. Let's go back to that for a second. How's it working with your wife every day, or through all this? And how was it for you guys to be together all the time?
I've seen so many people in the restaurant business get divorced, or it causes a lot of problems, and you have all that, and then you throw in money problems on top of it, and you're trying to raise 2 kids, having a strong faith, and having a wife. There were times I wanted to quit, and then she would be the one to pull me up. There were times that she wanted, I'd pull her up. So it was
nice. I
go back to the beginning. Had she said no from the very beginning, we wouldn't have done this. So having her as a partner, boy, we did. We fought like brothers and sisters. I'm not going to lie. I'm like husband and wife, whatever you want to call it, and our employees would look at us like, they said, "Don't worry. We're fine. We're fine. That's just
part of the process."
I'm not going to say what we called it. This is a family show, but having her as a partner, it would have never worked. And having her family, her parents as a support system, we would have never ever made it. I would have never made it without her. Wow. Now she's not near as involved in the restaurant today. I have 2 older kids from my first marriage, and my oldest daughter pretty much runs the show now. And she's just like me, so you can't have an argument with her either. It's like having an argument with yourself. But having a great wife and a great partner is so important, and realizing, we're in it together, and that's so important.
Yeah, that's something to cherish. That's something that's so rare to have, and just a partnership to, anyway, and then for it to be your wife makes it even more special.
And we had only been married 6 years when we opened it, and we just celebrated. We got married in 2000, and last year we celebrated our 25th anniversary. So she's a very, very good, very, very patient woman.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm fortunate to have her. very fortunate to have her. I mean, and my whole family. I mean, and
Sure.
we get a little bit further along, and when you learn a little bit more about me, all that'll make sense. When you start talking about some of the other things and getting involved with the community and all that. But
before we talk about that, I wanted to ask too. So y'all been in business for 20 years,
this is our
right?
20th year.
20th year, and now you're about to open a new location, right? So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that, but also probably all the craziness that comes with that.
Craziness. I mean, to go back to even before that even happened, the second location was never on my radar. I mean, being in business, like, how did this even happen? I mean, where did the 20 years go? I'll give credit to where credit is due when it comes to the second location. Sure, I talked about it, yada yada yada, but I'm like, that's never going to happen. And a friend of mine who was the president of First United Bank, when we switched to First United Bank, and we went through COVID, and they were a tremendous help for us there. And it was the bank president said, Mike, he goes, you've got something going here. You know, I come in here all the time. You need to open a second location. And I'm like, man, no one's going to give me money to do that. I didn't have. I mean, and I'd learned enough to know that if you're really going to get any, you don't want to rent the rest of your life or lease.
Sure. And
he helped me through it and helped me get through all the red tape, all the paperwork, and we found a piece of land. I mean, everything just came together. I mean, finding the piece of land that we did on West Adams should have never happened, and how we got it. There's so many things that just fell into place, and it's. We bought the land almost 3 years ago, and we didn't even start the design process. And then, Kelly Garcia came into our lives, and she's an architect. I met her through Rotary. I'm on the Rotary. And
Kelly Garcia?
Uh-huh.
That's Brian Stokes' sister, if I remember right.
Her maiden name is Stokes. Yes.
Yeah. So Brian Stokes is a really good friend of ours and a big supporter of this. So that's really, when you said that name, and then it was his dad, the banker you're talking about?
No. This is the First United Bank. No. Okay. You probably know him. Back then, Daniel Jeans was a bank president. I don't know if you knew Daniel. I don't know what year he graduated. I don't know what he's in his early 40s, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I mean, but he was a bank president then, and still a good friend of mine. And then I got introduced to Kelly, and I mean, we had been. I'm a big Green Bay Packer fan, so we travel, and I started going to different stadiums, and I was at the stadium in Kansas City for the State Farm Bowl between back when Rodgers and Mahomes were there, and neither one played. Or that's back Jordan Love's first game, and they put his mom in the very top seat. We were at that game, but we went to a tailgate party at a place called a Chicken and Pickle. I don't know if you ever heard of Chicken and Pickle.
Yeah.
The pickle refers to pickleball. It doesn't do with pickles at all.
Yeah.
But it had a 2-story concept, and I fell in love with it. I didn't like the layout of the restaurant, and we're not doing pickleball, but I got a vision from that of what we could do here. And we sat down with Kelly and her architect, Megan, one of our architects, and just kind of picked my brain. And I've had 20 years to always just think, if I could have this, if I could do this, I could do this. This is what I want. This is how I want. And we designed this whole thing. And this last year, we started coming to life, and just through lots and lots of blessings that we were able to do it. And we're just so fortunate to be able to be in a position to do it and to give something back to Temple. And that West Temple market is growing so fast.
Yeah.
We're so and you've got that crossroads over there. I want to take with all the baseball fields and soccer fields, and to take all that into consideration. So, I mean, we're building a pretty nice little project out there. I don't have any pictures, but we started just this last weekend. On my memories, came up as 1 year ago we broke ground.
Yeah,
and we've come a long ways. It seems like 10. The building process is man.
How much longer? When y'all projecting to
I'll
open?
tell you, like I tell everybody else, I think it's going to be March 72nd.
All right.
We're hoping late March, early April.
Okay.
I said a little earlier, my daughter's getting married, and we chose April. Well, we encouraged her to push it out because we thought for sure the restaurant will be open by then.
Yeah. So it'll probably be May before it opens.
I'm hearing April 1st, right?
We're moving. Whenever you've watched a bill, it looks like nothing's going on, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's there. We're kind of that boom, it's there phase. I was told that week after next, I can start bringing in kitchen equipment. So we're getting close, and we're excited about it. And we're going to have it's going to be. There's going to be some fun things in there, sports related, family related, still very family friendly. We're going to have game areas, all of the things that we've learned and talked about over the years that we wanted. We're incorporating into this, and we're really hoping that Temple will embrace it and support us. And I feel like they will.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
no doubt.
The thing is, by now, you have to know y'all are an institution in Temple. No doubt about that.
Well,
so this is well earned, well deserved, not only for you and your employees, but for Temple and for the community. And it's great to see this next phase, this next chapter, and then to move into this new concept of not only just the restaurant, but a place to gather and bring families and community.
Yes.
So it's just great. So
and we didn't even get to talk about this, but I do want to bring it up with my connection with CASA, and I know we're running short on time, but maybe we can talk again.
Let's
talk. That's where I was going next.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you know what CASA is, but about 6 years ago, I met Tina, and her last name escapes me, but she was the director of the local CASA, and CASA is when kids when CPS comes in and they take the children, they remove children from the home. They have to go into foster care, but before that, they have to go in front of a judge, and that judge determines what's going to happen to them. And CASA is a court-appointed special advocate, CASA, that represents them to make sure that they have clothes, they get into the right home, they get into the right school, they get the books, all that stuff, because a lot of kids, they don't get any representation at all. And when they're taken from their home, sometimes all they have is their clothes on their back. Right. And when I met Tina Caputo, people have been bugging me for years to have a golf tournament. And I said, it's got to be the right cause. It's got to be the right cause. And then I found out about CASA, and I'm like, how do I not know about this? How have I never heard about that? And the reason it struck me is that much is my whole life I grew up in foster care from as young as I can remember. So when I say I graduated high school at 17, it's because, I turned 18. I had no place to go. So I went to the military. So having been raised in foster care myself, it immediately became a very, very important issue to me. And
sure.
And if I didn't know about CASA, a whole lot of other people didn't know. And in the period of we're getting ready to have our sixth golf tournament, our 6th annual, and we've raised like $250,000 in the last 5 years.
Nice, wow. That's awesome.
And it's really, but more importantly, it's allowed them. They now and again, with the help of First United, I can't say enough good things about them. They were able to help them get their own building. They now own their own building, but we're doing some fundraisers to get it paid off. They've been able to hire, golly, I don't know how many more advocates, but they have grown so big where they're able to reach more kids and got more volunteers. And the hardest thing that people have to give up is their time.
Sure.
I'm simply a vehicle to help get the word out. I don't have the luxury of giving the time to help to advocate with those kids. And they have rules as to how many they can have. So, to see where they've gone, and I was talking about this a few days ago with somebody about CASA, and the last 6 years since we've got involved with CASA and what has happened to them and what's happened to us, I think is directly related. How I think that this new building is just another vehicle to help get the word out, to help those kids. And it's I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm a believer, and I believe that God works in mysterious ways. And I thought I was getting in the restaurant business to make a lot of money. I got in the restaurant business to meet some unbelievable people, have some unbelievable relationships, and I think it led me to CASA, and that has become kind of my life's mission to.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I had never heard of it until I looked you up and found out about it, So, I mean, and you talking about it now, it will reach so many people when certainly. This, comes out, because they've probably never heard about it before. And so many people in the Central Texas area that listen to this will directly be going, okay, now I know about this, where it's at, where it came from, and who's the guy who got it where it is. So, so then they'll go over to wings and pizza and things after.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a cook. I'm a businessman. If I'm in the kitchen cooking, all the wheels have fallen off. I learned over the years from working with all these other people that the key to good food is consistency and simplicity. It doesn't have to be complicated to be good.
Yeah.
And the difference between quality and crap is not worth buying the crap. I've worked with I worked at the manufacturer level, so I understand the difference. And as bad as things ever got, we never, ever, ever compromised on the quality of the food, ever.
Yeah.
And never will. One of the things I had to compromise on was going to frozen French fries. And I'll be the first one to tell you, at the new place, we are going back to hand-cut fries. I'll have the facility to do it, which
awesome.
It pained me to have to do that, but it was a necessary thing. The process of how we do it. We just didn't have the room there. I mean, that place, we've outgrown that. But, well, if this gets more people involved with CASA, then this has been a great
for sure.
And that's I totally believe that's the next mission. That's the next phase in life for me is to have this vehicle over this restaurant over here to help grow them even more, because they're still in they handle both Bell and McLennan County. There's still over 1,500 kids without representation right now.
Oh wow!
That's
crazy.
I wish I had that when I was a kid, but back in the 60s and 70s, I mean, it would have been nice to know,
Sure.
So, and that's what drives me. I mean, that's what drives me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, perhaps maybe monthly.
I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean,
people need to know.
Yeah,
perhaps you could have monthly CASA specials. Like, hey, we'll donate some of the proceeds to on this night or whatever. So
we do some things for CASA throughout the year, and the big one is the tournament coming up on May 18th, and that couldn't happen without all the support. We raise those, we raise that because we sell out so fast. And I feel like I've raised the sponsorship levels to a kind of a painful level, and they're still on board because they want to be a part of it. Now, I mean, we have a very, very, very fun day. I mean, it's a lot of fun. And one of the things that we do, I don't know if y'all golf, have you ever been in golf tournaments, but being in a business and being in a lot of golf tournaments, they're asking you to commit a lot of time to golf for a day. And then you want to go back and try to raise money. So we say, if you're a paid golfer, bring your wife, bring your family back to the event that night. No cost to you. Everything's free. All the food, everything's free, and bring your family so that they can see it. And we have the judge that these people go in front of. She gets up and speaks. Obviously, don't have any kids there, but some of the board members, some of the advocates themselves get up and talk, and we have a big raffle, and it's just a great, fun day. And how many golf tournaments can you bring your family back and do something with them afterwards? You just don't see that. And I think that's why. And we do it to raise a lot of money though. And a lot of support from a lot of people. A lot of support.
That's awesome.
A lot of work. Yeah. It's a lot of work, but it's so rewarding.
But it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The community step up and support it. So
this community has been such again, we wouldn't be where we're at without the community. We wouldn't. And I truly believe that. I know that. And, that's why I try to give back however I can. I'm in the Rotary. I'm on the Chamber Board of Directors. I try to give back wherever I can. All of us. And my kids. And my kids see that too. My wife's in here flashing me. No.
A couple of more quick questions before we let you go. Hey, we got to laugh, right?
Yeah.
A couple of more questions real quick before we let you go. Sure. So one of them, for someone who's done what you've done for so long and been in the business and what is some advice you could give to someone that wanted to open a restaurant right now? Not necessarily simple, in general.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
A big part of me wants to say don't.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, jokingly, that's what most people do say, though. Like, we were expecting you to say that.
Yeah.
Stay committed to what you're doing. If you're doing the right thing, the hardest thing to do is the hardest thing to accept. And I've seen this. Is a lot of people that do this, they have a dream. This is their dream. They want to do it, and that's what they want to do it. And you have to understand, first and foremost, it has nothing to do with you. You got to be what your customers want you to be. I mean, and don't be humility. I mean, don't be afraid to go the directions that your customers want you to be. I've seen so many places that they come in, they have their dream, and that's what they want to be. And I'm like, just do this, this, and this. And, don't be afraid. Go talk to other restaurant owners. We're all in the same boat, especially the independents. Take their advice. We're not competition. We're all in this. We're all in the same boat. Yeah, let's go up against the chain, sure. But the independents, they're the ones that are supporting all the activities. The chain, that money doesn't stay here. But if you're going to open up your own place, don't be afraid to change. I mean, you have to be willing to change, and you got to put in the hours. You got to put in the hours, and you got to look at everything. Everything you touch has a dollar value. The cooking's the easy part. But everything in that building has a value to it, and you got to look at it that way. And you have to run it like a business. And sometimes that's hard. That's hard to understand, and that's one thing I took from all the years of talking, of working at the other place and talking to these other restaurant owners is, you got to run it like a business. And cooking's the easy part. And all the other stuff, man, it's tough. And the restaurant business has changed. I mean, like I say, I jokingly say, if it wasn't for people, it'd be a pretty good job, you know. And I mean that on both sides, you know. I mean, employees and customers. But don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Let it go. Let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
Last question: If you were ordering something off of your menu, what would it be?
Ooh. It depends on everything. If I was to order something off our menu, what would it be? I mean, I have my go-to. I mean, my go-to is
okay. That's what I'm asking. What's your go-to?
My go-to is bone-in buffalo medium. I mean, I would never get tired of it. But my second go-to would be our chicken wrap.
Okay.
And that's really good too. Our pizza's pretty dang good though. I mean, I've not gotten tired of the menu, you know.
Well, okay. Here, let me reword it. If you had to make the Mike Dent special on your menu,
there you go.
What would that be?
Mikey's plate.
And
if you do that, you have to put an asterisk next to it that says "Randomness with Heath and Josh helped me come up with this."
A 6-piece buffalo medium bone-in with bacon cheesy fries. No, I'm gonna go with the bacon queso tots.
Okay,
I mean that was invented over Miller Lite.
And a Miller Lite, okay,
and a Miller Lite.
And I drink Mick Ultra now, but back at that time. But many things were invented over beers. Just trying to be creative because you know, and some things have become menu items. Bacon queso tots, bone-in wings, with a nice cold Mick Ultra, followed up with some funnel fries for dessert.
Nice.
I love our funnel fries.
You heard it here first. That's the Mike Dent special.
Ask for it.
All right. Lastly, if someone who's never been to your restaurant, where do we go online and where do we go physically to go eat at Wings Pizza and things?
I know pizza, wings, and things just rolls off the tongue better.
It does, doesn't it?
But it's so nails on the chalkboard for me. Yeah, it goes way back to the beginning when I had to put the wings and the pizza up there. I had to move the wings up, move the pizza down. I could have saved a whole lot of money just putting pizza up on top instead of wings. That's how deep it is. Wingsintemple.com.
Okay.
And we're in the Temple Town Center, right next to Hobby Lobby. And if you're going there and you've never been there and you're a wing person, I'm buffalo medium, but our number one flavor, hands down, not even close, is our Texas tie.
That's my second pick. Yeah.
We sell more of that than anything, including our Buffalo Original. We sell more of that than anything.
Really?
Yes.
Texas
check that out next time.
I've actually had a customer that has used that as a finishing sauce and cook off on ribs and run one rib contest with it.
Nice.
Wow. Huh. You know, it's time to get that thing bottled.
It's a Thai chili with a little Texas twist to it that we do. I mean, that's our number one flavor. If you've never been and you go, you got to try that. And I would get that on the boneless wings. Our boneless wings are what separates us from everybody else. Okay. A lot of people do bone-in wings. We do jumbo bone-in wings, but our boneless wings they're fresh, hand battered. They're just good. They're different. And I sell more boneless wings than bone-in wings, and it's not even close.
Wow. Okay.
It's not even close.
Okay. I worked at a wings place when I was in College Station. I was
not a wing place in College Station.
I worked at Wings and More.
Yeah. That's what I originally wanted to be.
Okay. That's where I worked when I was at A&M, and I was not a wing guy. And still I started working there, and now I'm like, you got to have it with the bone. Come on, what's wrong with you people?
People call those chicken fingers.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Controversy. I don't know.
Yes, but I mean, we eat chicken strips.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, is it a wing? Let's be realistic. No, it's boneless chicken.
No.
I mean, but we put the same sauce on it, and
I get it.
I mean,
I'm
the
the
chicken.
guy.
I tell my guys is in the kitchen all the time. The chicken is simply a vehicle for the sauce. Yes, we like chicken, but we're going in there for the sauce.
Right.
And don't skimp when it comes to putting the sauce on the chicken. And I also tell them, make sure you're giving them a good portion. People will complain every time they feel they're not getting enough. They'll never complain when they feel they're getting more. I go, don't give away the farm. Don't give away the farm. But and I also make them memorize and know what the prices are, so they know what that customer's getting and what they're paying for it.
People want value.
They want value. Yep.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate you coming on the show. We've coined the Mike Dent special. You heard it here first.